This video is proudly sponsored by DigimonCard.io for all your Digimon card, deck building, deck list, card pricing, and discussion needs. Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and today we're going to look at a red-yellow hybrid deck that I've been playing for BT7. I've been really enjoying the yellow-red Agumon variant of the list, so this is somewhat similar. It's just kind of like I don't know, I really like yellow hybrid. I think it's a really solid core, and I like what it does, and I just like building decks that are kind of multicolor around it. So that's kind of just the idea of what we're doing today, and we're just going to get started with it real quickly. So the Digi egg we have is Petriform. There aren't really like any fantastic eggs for us, so this is just the best one. While you have a tamer in play, this Digimon gets plus 1k DP, so it's just always going to get 1k DP, and that's fine for what we're doing. So those are our eggs for that. And then also looking at our rookies, we only have a couple, but we have the Flamemon there. So Flamemon has the effect of on play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with hybrid and its traits. Susanimon, Artakuya, among them to your hand and place remaining at the bottom. So this is an okay on play ability too, being able to cycle for more hybrids. Susanimon are your specific 1 red tamer. It also has the inheritable on deletion. You can play 1 Takuya from your hand without paying its memory cost, which is also fine. Being able to do that and get some cycles good. But the biggest thing about this is that this is just a hybrid in itself and a rookie, which we'll see later, but that's just really good synergy for what we're doing. And then also we have the Guilmon. I only own 2, but I don't think I'd run any more than that. Just being able to have like another rookie for a little bit more cycle. When attacking, you get to draw 1, which is nice. And yeah, nothing much more than that, but I do like the guy. And also we're running 2 Pokemon, which I think is fair. I don't think I'd run any more in this list, and I wouldn't be surprised to take him out eventually either. But obviously, he does get a lot of benefits, being able to search potentially, it almost always hits 2 in this deck, which is nice, and getting the memory, reduction stuff. So probably 2 is the right number for him, and like everything. He's fine. He's a fine card. The only thing about him is that we're not like aggressively hybrid, so we don't like need the memory gain as much and stuff, but that's fine. Then we also do have, so those are all our rookies. So, most of these kind of yellow hybrid lists don't run a lot of rookies. You just run a lot of tamers to kind of take care of that instead. And then going into our champions, we do have 3 Burning Greymons. So you can digivolve this on top of one of your red tamers, obviously. Has when digivolving this card has hybrid or Takuya in its traits. You can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4k DP or less. So being able to do that's actually kind of nice, to kind of just pop one of your opponent's cards on play, especially since a lot of people are playing Pokemons, a lot of people are playing Gazimons, a bunch of rookies that are very poppable right now are in play, so this Burning Greymon is really nice at doing that. And then also, we'll look through the stack of what you want to do with this card anyways, but he's pretty good. And then we do have the, I'd say, standard yellow hybrid package. So only 3 Kazimon because we need to make a little bit of room, but 3 Kaze, 4 Zephyrmon, and 4 of the Jet Sophie. Jet Sophie, obviously, all these cards are good. We know this. It's been decided. And the only thing that I would say, so here are all our champions and stuff. I'm thinking about adding some more level 5s into this build too. I feel like just having only Jet Sophie is a little stinky. So the 2 that I've thought about adding are just the, I guess, regular Sophiemon and also Rise Greymon. Both of these are red cards, but they are red-yellow. And so they can digivolve on top of your Zephyrmon and Kazimon, are also your Burning Greymon, which I think is nice. Sophiemon has a when digivolving. Well, first, both these are treated as yellow on the board, but also when digivolving, change the original DP of one of your opponent's Digimon level 4 lower to 1k for the turn. So you could do something cool where you could use Sophiemon and then spoilers, we run TK Kari. So Digivolve on top of that, make it 1k. Swing with this, tap the TK Kari, and you get to pop a card, right? So that's kind of nice. And then also we have the Rise Greymon, which has a Digiburst for 2 to play a red or yellow tamer card with 4 less from your hand without paying its memory cost. Also, if you get to hit, unlike the other Rise Greymon, the mono yellow one, you're able to get the effects off too. So if you hit a Zoe, you can look through your security and stuff. So that's kind of nice too. And if you have a tamer and then you go Kazimon and then you Rise Greymon, you're able to keep your sources and keep it your turn and your sources. So you can just get rid of both of them, and then you can get another tamer into play, which is nice. Also, it has an inheritable of when attacking, if you have a tamer in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k DP for the turn, and that's also kind of good. So I think that's fine. I think either of these are fine, and I think I'll probably experiment with this deck a little bit more with these cards in them. Probably Rise Greymon, but Sylphimon's kind of nice too. All right, so those are those cards, and then we'll go to. So the top end for this is something I'm not decided on. I'm just going to show all 4 cards and guys kind of go from there. I think 4 is what you want, and I think you probably do a 2-2 split between 2 of them. And I'm just going to kind of go through all of them. So Seraphimon's probably like generically the best one, and like the basic one. The fact that it gets recovery +1, you digivolve into it. The fact that you get security attack +1 with it, with everything too. This is probably the fairest one. And probably the easiest one. And it's, digivolve for 3, so you can keep it your turn and just do the double swing sometimes. So that's kind of nice. We also have Dynasmon, which is obviously a little bit more expensive, but a little bit more obnoxious when it stays on the board. The fact that you can cycle through your stuff and get through, I don't know. Dynasmon works super well with Susanomon, with just the fact that Susanomon's able to, you need to have your cards in your trash to get the Digivolution. And also, so this, trash is the top 6 cards of your deck. So being able to recycle them and not deck out with Susanomon is really nice for this. The fact that like this has like passive recovery too over the turns, and can be really obnoxious if your opponent doesn't have a way out of it. Susanomon being able to Digivolve for 7 and just pop something, and then if they don't have a way, like not a lot of decks are running answers to Susanomon, so if you're able to get it out, you just get to like pressure them for game next turn, which is nice. We also do have the Emperor Greymon. So Emperor Greymon works with the Takuya, which are running spoilers. So it has one Digivolving Blitz, and then also your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon is blocked, unsuspended, gain 1 memory for each Devolution card to this, with hybrid in its traits. So being able to do that is kind of nice too. So like obviously you can go into Takuya, swing with Emperor Greymon, on the turn you get it, and you just have a bunch of kind of good inheritables. The Kuya itself also can give it security attack +1, so that's kind of nice. But enough of that guy. Yes, I don't know. I think there's just not enough room and consistency for it sometimes. Probably like 2 Dynasmon, 2 Sonomons makes sense. I think 2 Seraphimons and 2 Emperor Greymons make sense. I also think 2 Emperor Greymons and 2 Susanomons also make sense. So I don't know. It's what I don't know. Maybe like 2 Seraphi and Emperor Greymon and Susanomon maybe. I don't know. If you're playing Dynasmon, you kind of have to play Susanomon because you need to get that recycling back, and this kind of makes sense. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, so I'm just running one of each or just showing one of each. I think that's something you guys can decide and make your own decision on that one and see what, like if you don't, I don't know. There's nothing I think 100% optimal for your top end, so you can really just choose what you want to play. Going into the option cards, so we have 3 Atomic Inferno. I really like this card in the deck. We could also run 4 if you incredibly want to. It has a main one of your Digimon gets +3 KDP, security attack +1, and your turn when this Digimon is blocked, gain 3 memory. Then also the security effect is all your Digimon gain security attack +1 until the end of your next turn, which is like an Ice Wall effect in the sense that even the Digimon that aren't out yet still get the security attack +1, so it kind of affects the player and not individual Digimon. So that's fantastic. This is kind of your game ender in a lot of ways, which is also why you kind of want to run like Emperor Greymon too, because if you keep it alive, then you can Atomic Inferno, because it has to be a hybrid, and then none of the rest of these are hybrid cards. So that's something, and I do like the card there. We also do run 2 of the Blinding Rays, and I can definitely see this bumping up to 3 too. In general, this deck list is super tight in its ratios, and I think some kind of careful plussing and minusing of 1 or 2 copies is going to be really good. But just the fact that this gets you extra memory, which is needed, I'll probably have to bump this to 3 after testing it more, because it's helpful, and it can help proc your TK Karis if you're running those, which spoilers we are. We're also running 2 Tactical Retreats. Being able to place one of your Digimon on top of your security stack face down, just kind of like just the fact that it's like recovery for 1 is good. Sometimes like the biggest thing too is that if you play against blue hybrid and they have a, if they take all the sources under like your Jet Sophimon or like whatever level 6 and they just get a lot of value from it later in the game from like their Sora Joe from having that out, Tactical Retreat can just fix that solution for you and get recovery and everything, and like its security effect is good. I do like Tactical Retreat. Purge Shine is a perfect sideboard card in a game that currently doesn't have a sideboard. So it's fine. This is probably one of the cards I take out. It's nice, especially since a lot of people are playing like, triple Gauzies out and everything else, and being able to have Purge Shine is kind of nice to take care of that. But I think if this is a 3 cost, I'd definitely be down for it. But it's just fine. I don't particularly like it that much, but it's fine for what it is. I don't think I'll run it much more often. But maybe like a 1 of, but I think 2's too much. And then Reinforcing Memory Boost, you guys know this card's good. All right, going into our tamers, we're running 3 Takuya. Kind of went over this already, but you also have, so kind of like the combo with him too, is that you can have Takuya out, and then you Digivolve into your Burning Greymon. There, Takuya has the inheritable of this Digimon gets plus 2 KDP for your turn. Also, when this card has 10 KDP or more, it gains Carry Attack plus 1. So you can have this be an 8K, and then you can go from there into using your Atomic Inferno. So using Atomic Inferno with this makes it an 11K security attack plus 2. So it gets 11K and 2 checks. 3 checks with it. So that's really nice kind of pressure to help end the game. And then also, like, you can just do another Atomic Inferno if you want. So I like the flexibility for this card too. I think it's really, really nice. What else do we have here? So we do have those Takuyas, which are nice. We have the Zoes as well. So Zoes can also find... Zoe's not restrictive to what color she can find for, so you can also, on top of like your original package, you can find your Burning Greymons, you can find your Flamemons, which is nice because if they're in there, you can get them out and then you can get them into your Digi-Eggs. You can also find Emperor Greymon too, which is another reason I want to run this card. And I don't know, I think the next time I play this seriously, I'll probably do double Seraphi and double Emperor Grey and see what I think about it. But yeah, I think that's nice, and being able to find that, get more consistency on that is kind of nice. What else do we have? We also, and then obviously I didn't say this for Takuya, but yeah, obviously you can go Emperor Grey into Takuya and just swing for game if you need to. That is a way to win the game. And then lastly, we have our TK and TK Karis. You should run 7 between the 2 of these, and then it is up to you if you like TK more or TK Kari more. I probably like TK more. It's really tricky. The tricky part of it is that you run so much not yellow that TK can sometimes lose you the game by hitting it when there's no yellow left in your deck. So that's kind of scary. However, TK Kari sometimes just does nothing the entire game too. So I don't know. If I won't think any is more optimal than the other. Probably next time I play, I'll play 4 TK Kari or just TKs. But if you're playing a deck that just gives you your memory, these are so nice. So I don't know. I think this is fine for what it is, and but it definitely if we're playing with the Rise Greymon, if we're planning on playing with this guy, Rise Greymon into TK is fantastic value because you do get the proc for it too. So if I think I'm going to do that, I'm probably going to do 4 TKs, 3 TK Karis, and then kind of change up the ratios from there. But that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably not done tinkering with this deck. There is a list in the description that will probably change throughout the next couple days too as I test it more. But I like the deck. I think it's super fun. And Red Yellow Hybrid is, I've been really enjoying the deck. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it. Damn it.